I feel the weight of every word inside your brain as you get closer. There's always room against my shoulder. I can't complicate these figure eights. You had me off in circles, and now it's working. I got your silhouette painted around my head. If I said I love you less, they'll never know what I meant. So what's it take to make me wanna stay a little longer?
Hello and welcome back to Bookmark Chronicles. Today I am doing my June wrap-up. S'mores Chai is surprisingly good. So the first two books that I read in June are the novellas in the Reluctant Royal series by Alyssa Cole. So we have Once Ghosted, Twice Shy, which follows Lakati, the Beast's assistant, who we first met in A Princess in Theory, and then Can't Escape Love, which follows Portia's twin sister, Reggie. So I do have a review of both of these on my channel. I did a little 2-for-1, so I reviewed them in the same video and gave all of my non-spoiler thoughts before my spoilery thoughts. But I did enjoy both of them. I rated them both 3.75. I've come to the conclusion that romance novellas are just going to have insta-love probably, so that's something I should probably get used to. But I did enjoy both of these for the most part. There were some lack of communication issues in both of them. This whole thing could have been resolved if you just talked to me sort of thing, which is really annoying. One of the things that I hate in romance, but these two were pretty good. The next book that I read was Jade City by Fonda Lee. I buddy read this with Dasha and Robin. This was a 5-star prediction for me, and I was really enjoying the first half of the book. Second half of the book, not so much. I did still end up rating it 4 stars though, and I do have a full review on my channel, so I will link that in the cards and the description. Felt like it could have been better. I felt like some of the events weren't necessary, but I am still interested to see how the rest of the story goes. So I will be reading Jade War at some point, but I'm not in a rush to get to it. The next book that I read was The Stone Sky, the third and final book in the Broken Earth trilogy by N.K. Jemisin. I don't think this was the series for me. I did enjoy the 5th season, however, the more into the series I read, the more my enjoyment decreased. So I am interested in reading her other work. This one though was not my favorite, and I only rated it 3 stars. It wasn't bad, it just, the part that I had been waiting for since the first book finally happened, and it was super anticlimactic, very lackluster. Not as exciting as I had anticipated. So this probably wasn't the best series for me to start with, but I will be looking into her other work. The next book that I read was Cinderella is Dead by Kaylin Bayron. Yes, I read this because I was not a fan of the email she got about how she shouldn't be writing Black love and YA, even though she ends up with a white person. Anyway, and I do also have a full review of this on my channel, so I will link that if you're interested in more of my full thoughts. I rated this 4 out of 5 stars, which is pretty good because I am the kind of person that's typically skeptical about YA fantasy. There are a lot of tropes within YA fantasy specifically that I do not like, and there was one trope here that I didn't love, but overall I really enjoyed the story. It's a super easy read. I love the way that Kaylin Bayron reinterpreted Cinderella's story. I'm also looking forward to reading her next book, This Poison Heart, because I also think that that will be pretty good. The last book that I read in June was Redemptor by Jordan E. Fuego. This is the second book in the Raybearer duology. I do have a full review of Raybearer on my channel, so if you want more of my full thoughts, I will link that in the cards and in the description. Redemptor picks up 2 weeks after the events of the end of Raybearer. So if you have read Raybearer already, highly recommend that you pre-order this book and get it as soon as you can. It was very good. However, I will say that I ended up rating it 4.5 stars. I couldn't give it a full 5 because there were some things that Tarisai kept doing that was really irking me. She made some choices that just didn't make any sense to me. I will be reviewing that a little closer to release day, so if you are planning to read it or if you also have an arc and you are interested in my full thoughts, that video will be coming soon, so stay tuned for that. If you have not yet read Raybearer, highly recommend. As I just said, I'm typically a little skeptical of YA fantasy, and that is the best YA fantasy that I have ever read. So those are all of the books that I read in June. Let me know if you have read any of them or if they are on your TBR. Otherwise, that's all I have for you today, and I'll see you in the next video.